Hello, this is Steve here again, commentating for the Coin Master and Team Coin as he takes on the EBL. For those who do not know, EBL stands for Elite Battle League. It is a tournament where a bunch of people come to compete in. They are doing a single battles format. No held items. They have 3 restrictions, which is legendary, pseudos, mythicals, and paradox Pokemon, and they cannot restrict them at all in the battle. Today, we're going to be seeing the fight between Coin Master, Team Coin versus Sly Guy, coach of the San Antonio Espurrs. And ooh-wee, this is Billy Bob here, and I gotta say, we have some things to talk about today between both teams. Now, for those who do not know, Sly Guy, coach of the San Antonio Espurrs, he has King Gambit, Espartra, Amoonguss now, Cinderace, Alola Ninetales, Doorman, Ho-Oh, Manaphy, and Raging Bolt. Now, I will say this man has been able to use the trades to his benefit here. He had a Ursaluna, and then he traded it for Donphan. And then he also had a Sinistra, my bad about that, you know my accent sometimes doesn't work, a Sinistra, and he traded it for Amoonguss. So there is at least a little bit of team difference between his team throughout the whole season. And guess what, everybody? The Coin Master here now has a new member on his team. He now has Greninja, Renucleus, Terrakion, Skarmory, Hatterene, Kyurem, Dondozo, Shaman Sky, and Torkoal. He traded off his Magnezone for Skarmory, which is probably going to be a really good thing. You are right there, Billy Bob. That is going to be a really good thing because the Skarmory does help against the fighting type weakness. It is a steel type, but it is a flying type, which makes it neutral and also at the same time helps get rid of the ground weakness because it is a flying type, and to make sure that he does not get hit by it. But with these two new modified teams on both sides, we'll be seeing what happened here in today's battle. We see here that the Coin Master has brought Scarface, La Madrina, El Padrino, the Chin, the Prime Minister, and Dapper Don. For that I know that is Kyurem, Hatterene, Skarmory with a new nickname, Terrakion, Renucleus, and Greninja, while Sly Guy, coach of the San Antonio Espurrs, has brought Cinderace, King Gambit, Ho-Oh, Esparta, Raging Bolt, and Donphan. It seems he did not bring the Amoonguss this week. I know he just changed it off from last week to this week, but it seems like he's waiting until week 5 before he uses it. Now, I do know for the team here that the Coin Master has here is kind of a little bit different. He's probably trying to figure things out because he probably was trying to figure out how to fight this team, because this team is very deadly, with the King Gambit having Supreme Overlord, with the Esparta having Speed Boost, with the Raging Bolt having things like Thunderclap and stuff, and especially Cinderace having Libero. This team is very hard to try to figure out what you want to go up against. I do agree with that, Billy Bob. It is a very hard lineup for the Coin Master here. We do get to see the Skarmory first time in action. It seems like he went for naming the Skarmory after Pablo Escobar, which is El Padrino in Spanish for the Godfather. Seems like he decided to keep the same nickname, just change it up based on the person he was named after, which is still very nice. It still keeps up the same theme and everything as his names have been so far. But we do see the Coin Master here deciding who we wanted to go out into finally, and we do see it versus against Sly Guy. We're going to be seeing who these two people lead here today. We do see the Raging Bolt come out first versus the Terrakion. Seems like they're both doing out their smaller restricts first. However, we do know that Terrakion is a rock type, but it does get moves to access like Earthquake and stuff. While we do know that Raging Bolt is an electric type and also dragon type, so it does have pretty good special attack and special defense and decent defense, while Terrakion's got the higher attack and speed that you would do right here. That you are right there, Billy Bob. We do know that Terrakion's got the attack while Raging Bolt has the special attack, and we do get to see these two Titans trade off their moves. Earthquake does a very good decent damage against the Raging Bolt, while the Thunderbolt does look like very good damage against here. We do see, however, that the Terrakion does outspeed here, so it should be a decent thing for the Terrakion to take it out. But wait a minute, oh my gosh, it seems the Coin Master forgot about the Thunderclap. I even mentioned it earlier. The Thunderclap on the Raging Bolt is a signature move. It is a priority electric move, just like the new Jet Punch and everything else, like Upper Hand. It makes it to where if they use a move, just like Sucker Punch, the move gets to be used before the other move. And unfortunately, it was more than enough to take out the Terrakion. So he's still got a Raging Bolt in his face, while his Terrakion is down, which is not good for the Coin Master. You are correct there. We do see him bring out the Renucleus, and it seems like it is a very supportive set with the screens and everything recover, some psychic damage, at least one damaging move. But we do see that the Renucleus is going to be a supporting, trying to get the screens up for the other Pokemon, so that way it can be coming in, taking less damage if it needs to be, and even the other walls can be taking less damage if needed to be. Well, I wonder what Sly Guy is going to be doing here. Is he going to be trying to damage this Pokemon here? Is he going to be trying to switch out to a different Pokemon to try to save this Raging Bolt? We have no idea what he's going to do. I do know that Sly Guy does have a definite advantage over at this point because of the fact that he got rid of the Terrakion. Terrakion was a major advantage against that Ho-Oh with being a flying and fire type. It's quad weak to rock. The Terrakion would have outsped and dealt massive damage against it. So getting rid of the Terrakion was good on Sly Guy's part. And we do see him try to preserve the Raging Bolt. We do see a Tonkatusk, which is the Donphan, which is pretty good. It's a good physical attacker and everything, and it gets access to a bunch of different moves here. We do see the Coin Master go for a light screen, thinking he's going to get some damage from the other Pokemon. You are right there, Steve. Billy Bob, we do see that. We do now see the Sly Guy going for rocks, while we still just see the Coin Master setting up the screens. First the light screen, now the reflect. He's trying to make sure his Pokemon can live out the attacks and stuff like that. Unfortunately for the Coin Master, this week he did not bring his Torkoal, his mon that could get rid of those hazards. But we do see him switch out to the Skarmory, which is going to be a very good decision because Skarmory has very high defense. And Donphan himself as a ground type probably have ground type moves. And at the same time, it is only a physical attacker. So Skarmory being in front of it is not the best thing in the world. As we get to see here, he tries for Earthquake and misses the move because Skarmory is a flying type, and just by itself, Skarmory is a high defensive Pokemon, so we know it's not going to be doing anything. And Sly Guy seems to be thinking the same thing because he seems to be switching out for Oh No. I believe that's a Ho-Oh, if my memory serves correctly, which is good against this Pokemon here just because of the fact that it is a fire type. Now, Ho-Oh can be physical or special. We just don't know which one it is until we get to see the moves that it does. But either way, it's still bad, because if it's physical, still have to deal with the fire type damage. But if it's special, it's going to take out that Skarmory in one hit. And we do see the Coin Master here switching out to the Hatterene, which is good in itself, because it is a fairy type, it'll resist the fire type moves and everything. We do unfortunately get to see a little bit of the rocks damage, and we do get to see the Sacred Fire, but Hatterene does miss it. That is very big for the Coin Master here, as he gets to miss the damage from the Sacred Fire. Being physical, it is going to still hit the Hatterene pretty decently, and more the fact that we have to miss the burn not potentially happening. We do see the Sacred Fire hit, but it doesn't do that much damage, while we do see the Hatterene go for Nuzzle. It seems the Hatterene here is also a support set here, with Nuzzle and Mystical Fire and stuff like that. He wants to try to paralyze his opponent's team to try to make them slower than anything here. We do see that both screens do go off, so now we have the Coin Master wanting to make the decision of wanting to either switch out to Renucleus or another Pokemon potentially, because of now the screens are gone. But we see him going to switch out to the screens mon themselves. Not a bad idea, because we know that the Ho-Oh could be paralyzed, and if anything, we know that the Ho-Oh can't do too much damage against the Renucleus. For those who do not look at it and realize, Renucleus does have Regenerator, which means that he's able to heal each time it gets switched in and out. So we do get to see that maybe he's going to be bringing up some screens here, and decided to go for Reflect, which is not a bad thing to do since Sacred Fire is weirdly a physical type move. It's one of those weird moves that like you would think is special, but it's not. It's actually physical, which is good because it does have a high chance to burn physical attackers. We do see Sly Guy over here wondering what he's going to do. He's up against the Renucleus. I feel like at this point Sly knows what this Renucleus is for. We do have to wonder what he's going to do. You are right there, Billy Bob. You are right there. He could probably already guesstimate that this Pokemon is here just for screens to switch in and switch out. So it seems like Sly is going to be doing the same thing himself. He's going to be switching out into another Pokemon. This Pokemon is Carl. It is the Espartha. Now, this Pokemon is particularly deadly, whether it could be support mon or an attacking mon, because of speed boost. It does get things like Baton Pass. So if it sets up a speed boost or anything else, it'll actually switch out. And we do get to see the Calm Mind here. So there's still potential for an attacking or support because of the Calm Mind. Because it will raise his special attack, special defense, and speed because of his ability, while the Coin Master here goes for the screens to make sure that his team can eat up the damage. We still do not know if this Pokemon is going to be attacking anybody or not. While we do get to see it, it could easily have Baton Pass, switch out to another Pokemon. Like I know You believe he has like the Raging Bolt, +1 is speed, +1 is special attack, if even that thing would be very deadly. We do see the Hatterene come out because it is a very decently special tank, and we do get to see the Esparta going for another stat boosting raise, which is not good for the Coin Master here. This thing has the potential to cause massive damage if it does decide to go to attack, or it has the potential to go in for Baton Pass, switching out to another Pokemon. We do see the Coin Master having to decide what he wants to do here. I personally think he's going to be doing some support things with the Baton Pass, getting out to another Pokemon. I mean, we haven't really seen him be very aggressive with the Esparta here lately. It's been more support. Now, he has been a little aggressive, like stored power and stuff like that, but it shouldn't do too much damage to Hatterene if he decides to do, like, stored power or something like that. Esparta's one of those weird ones. You don't know what he's going to do. It may do one thing, but it does one thing really well. We do see the terrestrialization happening on the field on the Esparta. It is now changed to a steel type, and I do believe this is not good for the Coin Master, because the steel typing is going to make it to where he resists the fairy type moves, psychic type moves, but I don't think we have to worry about that because of the fact that the Terra Blast is steel, super effective against the Hatterene, and even though Hatterene is a special defensive tank, it is not going to be taking that move at all. This Pokemon now has the potential to sweep his entire team, because if you have not seen, the Kyurem is Ice type, which means that it is weak against the Steel typing. We do see here the Skarmory, but Skarmory is built physically, not special defensively. You are right there, Billy Bob. Skarmory is known to be a physical tank, not a special defensive tank. Even though it is a Steel type and it might be able to eat some of the hits, we do know that it is built for physical damage, not special defensive damage. As we do see here with the crit, now we don't know if the crit mattered or not, but with the crit, it does take out the Skarmory in one hit, which doesn't leave that much for the Coin Master to decide on what he wants to do here. With the Esparta being +4, he's going to outspeed everybody with only Kyurem and the Greninja left. There's not much that the Coin Master can do here. He does make the right decisions, though, at least in this part, by trying to get up some screens or something else to where his other Pokemon might be able to take some of the very high special attacking damage. You are correct there, Billy Bob. You are right there, Steve. There is not that much that the Coin Master here could do. It seems like Sly Guy has this in the book. Honestly, it was a very smart play in his move to go for Steel Terra. It actually does decent damage against everybody on the Coin Master's team. And it's one of those, with the Sparta outspeeding, able to outspeed everybody, it is just one of those mons that, like, it is very hard to counter. I do feel like only thing that the Coin Master could have done here would have been used on Doza with Unaware. Other than that, we will see what he will be doing here because he was managed to use Recover. So he managed to get the Renucleus up higher. We just see the Esparta going for more damage while getting more speed up. The Renucleus did not take that really well. It may be because the light screen was now gone, although we do see the light screen coming back now. But we do have to wonder if the Coin Master is going to be able to do anything against this Pokemon here. We do see him making the decision of which Pokemon he wants to try to go into with the light screen now up. There are two different options. He can go for the Greninja, but it doesn't have the best defenses, or he can go out into his Kyurem, which is very weak against it. We do have to decide what he wants to do here, because either way, his Pokemon are going to be taking a massive hit. And with the Esparta set up pretty especially, it could be end for the Pokemon. We do see the Greninja come out over here, Water Dark type. It is going to be decent against this Pokemon here. We do see the Terra Blast, and now we have to see what the damage output is going to be on the Greninja, which is a lot less than we figured. You got to remember, Steve, he is a Water type, and Water type do resist it. So maybe that critical hit on the Skarmory meant more than people realize. You are right there, Billy Bob. That critical hit on the Skarmory could have made the biggest difference here. Because if the Greninja was able to take that decently well, Skarmory could have taken the other move decently well. We just see here that the Esparta spams the Terra Blast over here, doing a little bit of damage, while Dapper Dan does go for Liquidation, Protein, change it to a Water type, able to do about half to the Esparta, which is not the best here, but it's not the worst here either. Only thing now is that it's no longer a Dark type, which means that it is able to be hit by the Luminous Crash, as we see here, and it does unfortunately get taken out. Now we have the Coin Master left with a Renucleus and with a Kyurem. I wonder which one he's going to be going into next here. It seems like he's debating about sending the Kyurem out now more than later, which is understandably makes the most sense. You might as well try to get some damage out while you can. And we just have to wonder if this Kyurem is going to be taking the hit from the Terrablast Steel. You're all right there, Billy Bob. Kyurem may not have the best defenses, but it does have a monstrous HP stat. So it might be able to live, it might be able to not. We just have to see how bulky this thing is with the HP, and it seems like it's just bulky enough to live on 8 HP. Is it going to be enough to take out the Espartha? It is able to take out the Espartha, which means that this is not going to be a 6-0 sweep for the Coin Master, but at the same time, he still has 5 more other Pokemon to try to take out, including that Raging Bolt with the Thunderclap. We have no idea what's going to be happening here, ladies and gentlemen. Kyurem is not set up with speed at all. He does have moves for it, but he is not set up for speed by himself, while the Sly Guy does have a lot of outspeeding mons, and if not anything, definitely priority. With only 8 HP, the Coin Master is in a bit of a pickle here, as we do see here with the Cinderace getting outspeed, changing to a Steel type, and doing Iron Head. With only 8 HP, we do see that is going to be more than enough to take down the Kyurem. That Espartha was a monster. We have to agree with that. There's not much the Coin Master could have done. We see the Renucleus here, but honestly at this point, with 5 versus 1, and the Renucleus built up to be a support and not a attacking mon, I don't think it's going to go up for the Coin Master here. Seems like he's decided that as well. He's just going to go for the attack to get rid of the battle, which is understandable, so that way we don't waste nobody else's time. Like I said before, though, I feel like the Dondozo would have been the only thing that would have helped out the Coin Master here. Maybe something he has to prep for the future, we do not know. But we do know that Sly Guy saw the weakness in the Coin Master's team here with the Espartha and went for the throat. We have to congratulate him for it. From what I understand with the Coin Master's, not had the best luck ever against Sly Guy and the San Antonio Espurrs. It always seems like the Coin Master is down always on his luck. It seems like Sly Guy is able to find something to exploit and is able to just drive it in the throat. But we do see here that Sly Guy has won this encounter, and like I say again, GG's. Coin Master says GG's again as well, and we just hope to be better prepared for the future. You are right there, Steve. Coin Master will take this as a learning experience, and we'll be seeing what he can do for the future. And with that, we will see y'all next time.